Today we are going to talk all about growing vegetables in a small space. Even if you just have a patio, even if you just have a balcony, if you have a very small backyard, if you physically just don't want to take care of a big garden. Today I'm going to fill 2 pots here in the back area of our garden, and I'm going to do one just seeds with radishes and beets and turnips, and then the other one I'm going to do as a big salad bowl. I did buy some gorgeous romaine lettuce here, and then I have one solitary Swiss chard left. So I'm going to start that with what I purchased from the garden center, and you could do, in fact, the entire bed, whole salad greens with just stuff from the Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever big box store, your local garden center. You could do that. But today I'm going to start with what I showed you, and then I'm just going to do seeds of different lettuce mixes. Maybe some cabbage or spinach or something. I'm not sure. We'll see what seeds I have. So we can see both. We'll see them growing side by side, the starts from the garden center, and then the seeds that I'm going to put in. So this is just to encourage you. You can grow food. I'll show you later in the video all the places I've snuck in food in my garden. So let's go ahead and get planting. I went ahead and filled up the barrels with just a good quality potting soil. I did amend it a bit with some rabbit droppings, which are a wonderful reason for keeping rabbits. They don't do a whole lot else other than bring us smiles, and the kids love them, but they do drop liquid gold. And the nice thing about rabbit droppings is they can be used in your garden immediately. They are not a hot compost that has to sit and decompose over a few months. They are a cold compost, which means that they can be used directly in the garden and won't harm your plants. So I tried to move it, tried to dig it down and mix it down a little bit into the soil so it wasn't directly on the new plants, but I did that first. I went ahead and put the romaine right in the center. It's tall, it will be a nice focal point, and that'll leave me the whole rim to go ahead and plant my seeds. Added that one Swiss chard here to the side. These are the seed packets I had on hand already. I have this Butter Crunch and then a couple of salad blends. These are all cut and come again salad greens, and what that means basically is that I can go ahead and just pull what I need from the outer edges, leave the center, and they will keep growing. So basically what that means is I can go ahead and pick what I need on a daily basis from this salad bed, and they will just keep growing. New leaves will come from the center. So all I did was add a layer of the seed starting mix around the edge, and I'll just kind of pat it down a little bit. seeds are very small, and the rule of thumb with planting seeds is you want to go twice as deep as the size of the seed. So if it's a large seed, like a sweet pea seed is a pretty large seed, you're going to go down a little bit deeper and make sure you bury it. But a lettuce seed, you're just going to scatter it on the top, and then you'll see I'll come back and just lightly dust it with a layer of the seed starting, and again just pat it down. We don't really want to bury lettuce seeds. They do need a little bit of light to germinate. And because I want this to come in kind of thick, because I do want to just clip and let it come back, I don't want true heads of lettuce. If I wanted true heads of lettuce, I would space the lettuce seeds so that I got one every 3 or 4 inches. But because I just want to be able to clip this, I'm just going to scatter them. There is nothing easier than just scattering seeds and letting them come up. I'm not going to thin them. I'm not going to do anything like that. I want basically a lettuce forest to come in here. And I could really just mix all the seeds together and scatter them, but I'm going to try doing them just in quarter sections so that I get the effect of having 4 different types of lettuces that I could pick from. But it would be actually pretty if I just mixed all the seeds together in my hand and then just sprinkle them all around. That would work, and I could just pick whichever one I wanted from what was growing. And because it's just my husband and I, this will do us just fine. I should not have to go and purchase lettuce until it warms up. Lettuce is a cool season crop, so once it warms up, it will bolt. And basically what that means is that it will start to flower in the center, which is kind of telling the plant, we're done, let's produce seeds so that next year we can do this all again. There is something to be said about growing your own food. Even if you are a novice gardener, even if you've never gardened, if you are physically limited, if you are spatially limited, a pot like this, a barrel like this, and I believe I paid, I think under $15 for it at Lowe's. A pot like this is a fun way to wet your feet, a fun way to grow something that gives you the satisfaction of putting seeds into the ground and being a little bit self-sustainable in that way. It's also quite fun to do different pots for different kinds of meals, different themes, if you would. This is my salad bowl, but I could do a salsa container like this with some cilantro and maybe a chili pepper and a small patio tomato. That would be fun to do in here, and I would have my own little salsa bar when I wanted to make salsa. You could do it with just herbs. That's always fun. You see a lot of herb containers, and just have it by your kitchen door, wherever you had a sunny spot by your kitchen door. Just have all the herbs out there and go and clip what you need for the night's dinner. I thought it'd be fun to take a little tour of our yard and see all the spots I have food tucked into the ground. This is a little raised bed that I made very roughly. That is probably maybe 3 by 3. In here I have some sugar snap peas. I have lots of herbs. I even tucked a few onions. If you have a small patch of ground or a pot like we just worked on, throw in some strawberry plants. That's always a fun crop to harvest. These are little bare root strawberries that I picked up at Lowe's again. They are basically just the root. You put them in the ground and the strawberry plant comes up out of that root. I think I put 10 of them in here. So every year I add to my strawberry patch. I also snuck in 3 artichoke plants this year. I've never grown artichokes before. They are a large plant, so don't sneak them in unless you have the room for them. They do get about 3 feet tall. Here's another small garden bed that I did. It is about 2 by 4. Again, I have sugar snap peas along the back. I have calendula in here. I believe I have some other herbs. So it doesn't take a lot of space. These are small pots. I have parsley in one and cilantro in the other. Here's another small area, and this is a little bit longer. This is a long side, a brick wall, as you can see. It is about, I don't know, an 18-inch wide spot by probably about 8 feet. But I just wanted to show you that it doesn't take a lot of room to tuck in. I have raspberries, I have red raspberries, golden raspberries, a couple of blackberries, and I also have 4 blueberry bushes. So this little area will produce me quite a bit of food in the summer. So if you have a wall that gets some sun, this is a fun thing to do. Stick some things that grow vertically, which all of these berries, other than the blueberries, which are bushes, but all of these raspberries and blackberries will grow vertically, and I have just a support for them. And they don't take much space at all. Another 2 by maybe 5 or 6 foot bed, raised planter that my husband built. I have garlic in here. I will also be planting more snap peas along the back in this cool season, and then I'll switch it maybe to cucumbers, which will go up the trellis in the warmer season. Small semi-dwarf or dwarf trees are wonderful to put in pots. I have peach, plum, and citrus, lime, lemon, and orange in pots. They do fine. And then I have these grow bags, which can be moved anywhere. I have potatoes planted in those. This is actually an avocado tree. It is a dwarf avocado. It is a self-pollinating, so it doesn't need another avocado tree to produce avocados for me. Again, here's my plum tree. I just tucked some herbs along the side. I hope you're getting the idea. You can put food in any container. Just read the label, see how big it's going to get, And with trees, you can always trim them. Another small bed. This one, again, my husband built me. It's off the ground, which is great if you do not want to get down on your knees and up again. I have this loaded with carrots. I probably should have thinned them more than I did, but I'm so anxious to harvest them in the next month or so. More pots. I have lemongrass. That is a true strawberry pot, which has been going for a couple of years now. I have bell peppers. I think I have 6 bell peppers that I am overwintering in these pots here. This is how they have always grown. They produce tons of bell peppers. And then my first tomato plant. This is actually a cherry tomato, which really do well in pots. So that's it. That's a basic tour of the food that I'm growing this January 2021. Zone 10. I know not everyone can be growing food in January. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It is peak gardening season for me here in Southern California, so I will be definitely sharing you more progress of what we planted today and whatever else is going in the garden. I want to thank you again for stopping by, and I will see you in the next video.